Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first off, if you couldn't tell, I got a haircut. It is now shorter and it is darker. If you want to see more about it, you can go check out my last vlog. I vlogged me getting my haircut, and I also have a Sephora haul in there as well. Second, I do have an exciting announcement. I mentioned in the vlog that I got a part-time job, and I am sharing with you that I'm working at Sephora. I got a part-time seasonal cashier position, so I'll be working there for the next month and a half, 2 months, and then we'll go from there. Because it is part-time, I'm still hoping and planning to be posting 2 times a week on my blog, and then on YouTube. My schedule is kind of a little all over the place. I always post at least once a week. Sometimes I have a bonus vlog. I'm still planning on doing a Vlogmas in a similar way that I did Vlogtober. That'll just be condensing a couple of days together. So yes, get excited for that. So today I decided to do a makeup challenge. I recently watched Nikki Tutorials do this challenge, and I think James Charles also did it. In Nikki's video, she says who originally created it. I totally forgot, but I'll put it in the description as well as Nikki's video. But I am doing the one dip makeup challenge. So I can only use one dip, one pump, one spray, basically just like one of all of the different things. So let's get into it. Okay, first obviously clipping the hair back out of the way. Also guys, I want to show you something new. I got this handheld makeup mirror. I still need to clean it. I haven't had the chance, but I still wanted to use it today. Okay, so first I kind of cheated. This is the only time I'm going to cheat this whole challenge, but I already primed and set my eyelids just because my eye primer is in a squeezy tube, and like you can't do like one squeeze because like one squeeze would just like put way too much that I need. So I did that. That's the only time I'm gonna cheat this whole challenge. Okay, so today I want to do a bit of a pinky look to match my cardigan. So I'm gonna be using the Huda Beauty Nude Obsessions medium. Okay, so we're gonna go in with this shade. So we're gonna really load her up because we can only go in once. We're not gonna tap off the excess. Let me try and get nice and close for you guys. Okay. We're gonna blend a little bit in here, blend a little bit in here, distribute. Okay, I think that looks pretty good so far. That shadow really went a long way. Sorry if you hear a leaf blower in the background. I'm pretty sure my next door neighbor is doing it in his backyard and I can't control him. Okay, up next we're gonna go with this shade, which is just slightly darker, and we're going to deepen the outer corners. So once again, we're gonna load her up real good. Okay, gonna go. Do you like how I said I got a hand mirror and I'm using the palette? So I'm pretty happy with that. So next I'm going to go into a different palette. Sorry, I'm being really annoying. I originally wanted to use a discontinued palette, and so I decided it was better to use 2 different palettes than one. But anyways, I'm going into the Violet Voss Essentials palette because I want to use this pink shade. Do we want to use a brush or a finger? Okay, let's use our finger. I might regret this. Hey, I actually think I did pretty well with that. Okay, I'm just going back into this brush. I'm just blending out the lines. I want to darken up the crease just a little bit, so we're going to use a little bit of this dark brown. And because I don't want a lot, I'm actually tapping it off. I think I would want more, but can't dip in again. See, that's the thing, is that building up with darker colors, I can't necessarily like really dig in and go all over like a transitions fade. When you're darkening up in like the outer part, you really need to use a little bit at a time, because if I were to go in really heavy, it would have been way too dark. So I guess we're gonna leave it at that. Okay, up next we're going to go in with mascara. I'm going to be using my Tarteist lash paint. This is a pretty wet mascara, so I think I'll have enough to be able to do both of my lashes. Usually I will do one eye and then dip in and then do the other eye, but we're going to use only one dip for both, so we'll see how this goes. Oh, he's blowing right here, like literally, like the swole is the side of my house and he's in between the two houses right now. Time for the other eye. I don't think I did too bad with that actually. I would say that this eye just looks a little bit more thicker and voluminous, but yeah, I don't really see much of a difference between the two eyes. Not bad. Okay, up next for primer, we're going to use my favorite Revlon Prime Plus. I usually only use one pump of this anyway, so see, one pump and I'm literally so dewy. Okay, we're gonna use my Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Soft Matte Foundation. Since I use a dewy primer, I'm gonna go in with a matte foundation to kind of balance it out, especially because since I won't be able to use a lot of primer, I won't be able to mattify the areas that I want as much. Okay, one pump on the back of the hand. This is also pretty full coverage, so hopefully it can go a long way. Okay, we're gonna go in with a brush because I find that usually brushes really help move the product and keep the coverage versus beauty sponge like will absorb some. So because I want to keep as much foundation as possible, we're going with the brush. Also, sorry it's dirty. I'm going to wash my brushes right after this video. So we're gonna stamp it around to try and move the product. Okay, so that is one pump. I would say that my skin is looking pretty good, that's pretty decent amount of coverage. I don't have too much redness right now, so I'm kind of lucky that I didn't need too much, but on a normal day I'd probably say I would use more, especially right near my nose. I would want a little bit more. Usually I end up using like a pump and a half, but I think that this even shows that you can use just a little bit less and still have like a more natural finish. Like that's what I would describe this as. And as you can see, in combination with that primer, my skin doesn't look too matte. It actually looks really good. Next for concealer, I'm gonna go in with my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. This is pretty good coverage, and also I find there's a lot on the doe foot applicator, so I will get a lot of concealer. See, like I usually end up wiping it off. So because I didn't get to put as much foundation here, I will use concealer where I wanted more coverage. We're gonna go in with a sponge to blend this out, just because that's what I prefer for concealer more. I find it gives a more seamless application. So there we go, guys. I think that wasn't too bad. I picked that concealer for the reason that it has a lot on the doe foot applicator, and I wouldn't say that I need any more. I think the only time I would want more concealer is if I was having some really bad breakouts or redness and I would really have to spot conceal. But yeah, the combination of foundation and concealer helped cover up all my acne. Okay, up next is powder, and this is definitely an area that I use a lot. I usually use a lot of powder. Today we're gonna go in with my Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, just because I think this is gonna be a looser setting powder is going to give me more. I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna go in with my tapered one. See, usually I would go in with a smaller brush or my beauty blender and do underneath my eyes, my nose, and then I'll go in with a bigger round all over my face, but I don't want to cheat. Okay, we're gonna really load her up. We're gonna both sides of the brush. We're gonna do a full 360. I don't want to lose any of this precious powder. Okay, I'm gently pressing underneath my eyes because I have a lot on my brush, but I don't want to use it. I don't want to press too hard and use it all in one spot and not have anything for the rest of my face. Oops, like I just did there. Do you see I accidentally put a little on my forehead? Now that I have a little less on my brush, now we're gonna press it in. Okay, now we're gonna move on to brows. So we're gonna use, now normally I use a pencil, but you can't dip it. So I'm gonna use a brow powder and a tinted brow gel. So this brow powder, BrowGal Convertible Brow in Brown Hair 02. I got this in my BoxyCharm. No idea if it still exists, but I still use it. And then the brow gel I'm going to be using is the Anastasia, whatever they call their brow gel. And this is in the shade Dipbrow Gel. And this is the shade Dark Brown. We're going to go in with the darkest shade and we're going to load her up. Oh. I guess that's one dip. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna mainly focus this on my tails. And actually, I do enjoy using a brow powder. I think it gives a really natural look. It's just not exactly the most long lasting. Also, I really need to get my brows done. I'm pretty lucky in the sense that I do have really good natural brows. And I don't have like I have a couple of bald spots here or there, but I mostly have my brow pretty much there. Okay, let's go in with brow gel. We only got one dip. Okay, there we go. Let's quickly finish the eyes. We're gonna go in with this brush and we're gonna go in with our pink shade. Load her up. Okay, I'm gonna apply a bit of eyeliner. You can't really do one dip. I guess I can do one swipe maybe? I'll do one swipe. Okay, next we're gonna go in with my inner corner highlight. And I'm also gonna be using this highlight on my face. This is the MasterChrome. Maybelline MasterChrome and Molten Rose Gold. As you can see, it's a really nice pink shade. Okay, we're gonna swirl. Really nice and bright inner corner. And just a little on the brow bone. Okay, now let's go in with face powders. We're gonna use my fave butter bronzer. And we're gonna really get a lot in here. So I kind of just laid it down everywhere that I need it. And now we're just gonna really buff and work into the skin. And blend her out. Next we're gonna go in with this Milani brush. This is in Tea Rose. Nice dip. And see, this is why I really like this blush, because even though I really went in and I got one nice big dip, I'm still not wearing too much blush. Sometimes some blushes are just so over pigmented that if I had gone in like that, I would have looked like a clown. But I think now I have a really nice blush. And finally, highlight, even though I don't think I need a lot of that. Oh, my brows got fucked up. That's usually why I do my brows after my bronzer. Okay, next we're gonna do one spray, setting spray. This is gonna be so anticlimactic. Spreading spray. Setting spray is definitely the one where it's like you're going crazy. But ready, guys? Ready? I barely felt anything. So I'm going to be using this Alamar Cosmetics lip gloss in the shade Birthday Suit. And we're going to get one dip. That was it. pretty good, guys. With one dip, I was able to do my whole entire lips because the doe foot applicator is double-sided. I didn't even pick it for this reason. I just picked it because I thought it would go with the makeup look. But because it's double-sided, it means that it got gloss on both sides. So guys, here is the finished makeup look. Honestly, there isn't much that I would really say I would want more of. I think brows, definitely I would have loved to use a pencil, or if I was going to use powder, to be able to use more. And I also would just love a little bit more setting powder just in here. I think I could just use just a little bit more, but that's just personal preference. I'm sure for a lot of you guys, especially if you have dry skin, I actually probably use way more. But I think this just shows that you don't necessarily need a lot of product to be able to get a good makeup look, but using less product and building it up, I also do think makes a difference. Like my bronzer, I do think it's just a little intense, especially like right here. I think if I had been able to do just a little bit at a time and build it up, I think it would have looked a little bit more blended and natural. And especially for my eyes, I wanted to have darkened it up the crease just a little bit more. But with that, you really have to use a little bit and build up instead of using a lot at once. So I think this is a really interesting challenge of looking at how much product you need and also different techniques of going in with a lot versus using a little bit and building up. Oh, I got something in my eye. It's still in there. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more makeup videos. Please like this video, you know, in support of me, since I got a cat hair in my eye and it's really painful. And please comment down below, if you were to do this challenge, what part of the routine do you think you would have struggled with the most? I think for me, it was definitely the brows. So that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna go get this cat hair out of my eye and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye!